All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Billy Collins of Pontiac Notre Dame Prep Football. If you haven't heard, last week, of course, they won the state championship in Division Five down at Ford Field, and I know it's been a little under a week at time of recording, but it's been a pretty exciting few days, hasn't it?
Yeah, it most definitely has. Winning at Ford Field was just a great experience for all of us, and definitely still off the high for the win. And I'm glad I got to experience that with my teammates.
So, okay, let's start at. I don't want to start at the end. I kind of want to start at the beginning. Like when you went into this season, I think a lot of people knew that you guys were going to be pretty good. But did you? What was the? I know the expectations was to to go far and stuff like that. But did you ever think that you could ever get to the championship game and win it?
Honestly, um, we our entire motto since the start of the summer was that we wanted to go to Ford Field. We didn't just want to play in that game, but we wanted to win it. And last year things didn't turn out exactly how we wanted them to for us. And that class last year was unbelievable, and they really set up the success that we were able to have this year, and they really helped us pursue that.
Now, for people that don't know, Pontiac Notre Dame Prep is they don't have a conference. They don't. You're an independent, so you're gonna go absolutely anywhere to find games. What's it like playing just about everybody?
This year I think it really helped us. We played super strong schedule this year. We played D6 champion Lumen Christi. Unity Christian was a super strong team. We played Division 1 Troy, and I really think playing teams like that just helped us to learn a lot as a team and really strengthened us and taught us a lot for going into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean and here's another thing too. I believe you also had an open week too. There's a week where you didn't even play anybody.
Yeah, there was. We were a little beat up too, so that week was pretty helpful to recover a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty interesting not having a conference, but it's kind of like I said, it's kind of a good thing because it helps us to play teams that we usually wouldn't be able to.
Okay, so let's get to know you a little bit. What position do you play? Because you're kind of everywhere.
So in the past, sophomore and junior year, I was strictly like a strong safety slot receiver. But we had a senior running back last year, Zach Malinik, who was fantastic, but he graduated and we needed somebody to fill his spot. So I stepped into running back, having never played it before. And I kind of played like a little bit of an athlete position. I'd do some run a lot of plays out of the backfield at running back. But I'd also get emptied into the slot a bit. And it was just a really fun position to play, really versatile, and I got to do a lot of different things on the offense, which I'm really happy with.
Yeah. To experience the regular season and go through, the games that you did, what was that like for you guys to just to play all these kinds of teams to help you get ready for the playoffs?
It was a super unique experience playing different teams like that, a bunch of different atmospheres, Troy, so many people, big stadium. We went up north to Reed City, and it was just like a small town, grass field type of vibe. And it kind of just taught us a lot about just how to play under different conditions. And the team bonded together in those situations a lot, and they did really just help us learn a lot going into playoffs.
Okay, so everyone talks about, we want to make it far, we want to do well and all that stuff. And everyone says we're going to go to Ford Field and win it, but you actually have to get there first. But what was that like to go through the run that you did? And you played some pretty tough teams to get to Ford Field.
Mhm. Well, like I said, last year we didn't make it as far as we wanted to. We had some unbelievable players, and that helped us learn a lot. And our coach, Coach Fox, he's just been a staple of the program, and he's just taught us so much. And throughout the summer, we worked extremely hard, and we knew that last year was a bit of a fluke, and we came in knowing that we were going to have to make some changes and knowing that we were going to have to play some bigger teams, and we were ready to step into that role and prove that we really were a good enough team to go and do what we did.
Yeah, and here's the thing though, you guys have had a lot of success over the years in a lot of different sports, but it was kind of hard to believe when I first heard it that this was the first time that Pontiac Notre Dame Prep had ever been to the state finals. Because I know you guys have always had some talent, you always have had talented teams, but what was it like to be on the first one to go to Ford Field, to be on the very first team that to play for to play for a championship?
You know, it just feels amazing to kind of just be a part of history at that school. I've had a lot of friends who played in past years on really good teams, but like you said, it's really difficult to make it there, and they just fell short. And so, really being able to make it there and play in that just unbelievable atmosphere, I know it meant so much to all of my teammates, and it meant so much to me. And I don't know, I was just really impressed with what we did, and had a fantastic time at Ford Field, and was so blessed to have that opportunity to play there.
Okay. So you talk about playing in the state championship game. Now, they always ask you like at the beginning, like you've heard it, like what's it gonna what would it be like to win a state championship, and all that stuff. But now that you know, what is it like to win a state championship?
You know, it's unreal. After we won the state championship, going back and talking to the press was just like an experience like no other. And then when you go home and go to school the next week and like there was just so many people who would come up to me and all my teammates and just congratulate us. And it almost felt like we were like mini celebrities of the school. And it was just such a cool experience. And I really appreciate the community for not only showing out at Ford Field but showing out for all of us after and just showing us so much support.
I know everyone will always say this. It's like, everyone will has different reactions to the state championship and all that stuff. Like, how have you kind of processed it? Like, wow, we did this and stuff like that. What was you know, I know it's been a few days and I know you've had time to process this and stuff, but what has it been like to to know that you will forever be known as a state champion?
I'm still kind of on that high. I actually right after the game, I went over to my buddy's house, a bunch of the us football guys did, and we rewatched the entire thing through as soon as we were able to get there. And it was just such a cool experience to have with them. And like you said, this is definitely that's gonna stick with us forever. And um, I don't know. It's really just such a unique feeling, and honestly, it's such a rare occurrence to be able to feel the way that I do, and I'm really lucky to have done it. So I'm super proud of the team.
Yeah. So like I know it's after the fact, but it's I know you're a senior, correct?
Yes, yeah.
So to know that regardless, it was going to be your last game. And what a way to go out. I'm like I typically usually ask players like how do you mentally prepare for a game? Maybe I'll ask that. Like was it different like trying to get ready for this game than other games knowing that it is for the state championship stuff? Did you change anything that you usually do or
Well, we usually like to just keep the same schedule that we normally do leading up to games. But we definitely like we watched so much more film, and especially because Coach Fox, he lives up in Frankenmuth, so it was a really unique experience for him. He was hearing just a lot of people around him talk about the game, and leading up to it, it kind of put a lot of pressure on the team. And I personally was just so nervous. The even like a couple nights before the game even started, I was super nervous to get there, but once I got there and I saw what the atmosphere was like, it was kind of just more like a wow, this is just a really, really cool experience rather than still being super tensed up. And I was like, this is the last chance I'm ever gonna get. And I think me and the rest of the seniors were just ready to go give it our all.
okay. I'm not sure if I don't know I know every individual player is so different, but I'm not sure. Do you wear your own headphones at any point during a game or anything like, or like not during a game, but like before, like just to mentally get ready, like on a bus ride or something like that, or
Yeah, for sure. Our bus rides are always silent. Every single away game, we're always just sitting there listening to our music, getting locked in. Sometimes I watch film. I definitely watch film driving to Ford Field. And, I do enjoy having that time to just kind of lock in and just think of just the positive plays. Like I always like to envision positive plays that I'm gonna make throughout the game and like almost manifest it. And it just really helps me get my mindset pregame and just get myself ready.
absolutely. What's Billy listening to?
I listen to so much stuff. Sometimes I'm listening to rap or hip hop. I'll listen to classic rock sometimes before games. Sometimes I'll even listen to country just to get like the jitters down, to calm myself down a little bit. So, and honestly, really depends the mood. But, like I said, I'm a versatile music listener. But yeah, it definitely helps me out pregame.
Okay, so now that football is over, I know now you've had some time to relax a little bit. What is I know you got a lacrosse season to prepare for, but let me ask you this, like after this year, like, after you graduate, what is next? What's next for you?
To be honest, I'm not completely sure yet. I definitely haven't completely given up on recruiting in football. I'm for sure still open to it. But as of right now, I'm just focusing on getting in the gym with my buddies. And just appreciating the rest of the time that I have left in high school. I'll be getting myself ready for lacrosse season. Um, but like I said, I'm just ready to appreciate what I've got left here and just get myself mentally ready for college and everything that's all the different things that's gonna bring for me.
What will you miss about high school football?
A lot for sure. There's just high school football definitely brings a camaraderie that's not found in many other sports. And, coming into school freshman year, football helped me make so many of my friends that I'm still really close with today. And um, I honestly think high school football is just one of the most beneficial things that a guy can do throughout high school because you learn a lot and make a lot of friends.
Okay. What does football mean to you?
Um, that's a great question. Honestly, football's meant a lot to me throughout the past 4 years. I actually had been playing summer lacrosse throughout a lot of the summer, which would clash with football sometimes. And this year, I was like, you know what? I'm giving football my all, and I dropped summer lacrosse this year and was completely focused on football. And I'm so glad that I did because I feel like it just really helped me get mentally ready for the season. And all my coaches. I really appreciate all of them, and they've just been great to me. So, football's meant a lot. It's taught me a lot, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to play it.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, what will you I figured I'd end it on this question. Like, what will you most remember from this experience?
I feel like it's got to be seeing Coach Fox and the rest of my teammates so happy to go lift up that trophy at Ford Field. It's hard to ever like. I don't know if I'll ever feel pride like I did that night. And I was just so appreciative of everything my teammates and my coaches had done for the team. And like I said, I was just so proud of all the hard work we'd put in and just seeing it turn out the way that it did. It was just such an unbelievable moment. So that's probably what I'm gonna remember most.
Okay. I feel like I know ever you talked about winning a state championship and all that stuff. I think we need to get to know you a little bit too outside of football. Just see what it's all like. Okay, here we go. Who's your favorite all-time um favorite player that you like to root for and stuff?
Favorite player? I love watching Jahmyr Gibbs because it's hard to dislike the Lions, but especially since I stepped into that role at running back, my other teammate Drew Heimbuck, he's definitely the big power back. So we kind of make the joke that we're like Gibbs and Montgomery a little bit, like the Sonic and Knuckles combination.
Yeah.
Um, I've just loved watching Jahmyr Gibbs, and honestly, I feel like I've just learned a lot from his play style about how to play running back, and um, his highlights are pretty awesome. So yeah, I love Jahmyr Gibbs. He's great.
I think it would be too obvious if I asked you what your favorite moment was. But let me ask you this. What's your favorite do you have a favorite play from this year?
Um, it's got to be this the first touchdown of the state championship was a we put this play in. It's a fake reverse screen pass, and we put the play in at the beginning of the week, and we've just been telling ourselves, man, this is gonna work out. This has got to be a touchdown. Sure enough, we called it on our own 13, and just hearing the roar of the crowd after breaking a few tackles and taking it 87 yards to the house, nothing really beats that. That was just unbelievable. By far my favorite play of the season.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's and then I'll end it on this. What is one thing people do not know about you?
Oh man.
Like an interesting fact.
An interesting fact about me. Um, I feel like this kind of gets covered up a little bit. I mean, I love to play guitar. And I'm also really devout Catholic. I lead a lot of retreats for the school, and I just really appreciate spreading just God's love with people, and I think it's a really awesome thing to do. So,
Yeah.
those are just a couple cool facts. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, Billy, thank you so much for the time, and we will talk to you soon. And congrats on winning a state championship.
Yeah, sounds great. Shout out to all my teammates too. Thank you guys for getting me here. So I appreciate that.